as each morning brings the sunrise and the flowers bloom in springtime. On my love, and you can rely. Yeah, I will stay with you.
We're just telling them
And
that.
I will.
Oh yeah, because they would hide you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I will stay with you through the
Can you see
ups
my face?
and the downs. I
What's the name of the first student? Should I start? No, no, I can't start. Because they don't come up here. You don't want to make it. Ready? Why don't I confuse me? Did you get the four students who will represent you?
We're just gonna say students.
Okay. You guys ready? Position. Ready? You're not using the mic. Are you ready again? Are we ready now?
Why I don't have a mic?
Because after they sing the national anthem, Whitney is going to bring it over to you.
Okay, just making sure. Remember you told me it was sort it out, but you didn't tell me how.
So it's going to be sorted. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize once more for the late start. Please rise for the national anthem.
True wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Teach us true respect for all, stir response to duty's call, strengthen us the weak to cherish, give us vision lest we perish, knowledge send us, Heavenly Father, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love.
Please be seated.
Can't reach me like that, you know. Nope, he's not bringing it. Director of CARIMAC, Professor Hopeton John, distinguished lecturers, Miss Yvette Rowe, Dr. Livingston White, Dr. Henderson, Dr. Barnes, Mr. St. Just, Miss Dr. Frampton, Miss Zara Burton, Miss Margaret Bernal, Mr. Stephen Davidson, Director of Marketing and Public Relations at the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, or other valued sponsors, specially invited guests from the media and elsewhere, final year, graduates to be of the class of 2017, friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And welcome to the second screening of The Best of CSN7, the CARIMAC Student Network, a collaborative effort among journalism students and integrated marketing communication students to showcase the news stories that the final year journalism, specifically the television broadcast students, have developed throughout the year. I'm Catherine Edwards.
And I'm Lish Smith, and we're absolutely honored to be your hosts this evening. We will enjoy an incredible program, Catherine, highlighting the efforts of the journalism, IMC, that's Integrated Marketing and Communication, DMP, that's the Digital Media Production students in the production of CARIMAC Student Network.
That's right, Lidge. For those of you who don't know, the CARIMAC Student Network is the news program developed by final year journalism students focused on the events and happenings of the University of the West Indies Mona campus and beyond. Each program is 7 minutes long, hence the name CSN 7.
That's a cool fact. And as members of the production team for this year's event, it is surreal to see the results of a year of hard work and dedication from these CARIMAC students.
It is also surreal to see how many of you took the time out to show your support this evening. As members of the media and communication field, lecturers, friends, family, I know that your presence, while possibly a little nerve-wracking to the students, is also incredibly encouraging after a year of hard work.
I must agree with you on that one once again, Catherine, but I implore you guys to breathe in and out. I also know that any comment or advice you give will be eagerly received by all students. Throughout this evening, we will have the opportunity to view newscasts from the top journalism students and hear their remarks regarding their work.
And we will hear from the integrated marketing communication team on their contribution. But first, the official welcome will be presented by our esteemed director, who is in no way a stranger to most of us in here. Professor Hopeton John is an internationally established scholar and researcher, known best for his contribution to the field of media and communication, research and policy making. Through a pioneering career in broadcast policymaking and telecommunications regulation, he has helped to establish and strengthen information and communication technologies as both a significant economic contributor and a UWI academic discipline in Jamaica and the Caribbean. Professor Dunn pioneered an award-winning master's program here at the UWI, and in addition to being the director of CARIMAC, he is also the academic director of the Mona ICT Policy Center and chairman of the Broadcasting Commission of Jamaica. So, with all that on his plate, we are so very grateful that he found the time to be here with us this evening. Please welcome Professor Hopeton Dunn.
Thank you very much, Catherine Lidge. Greetings, colleagues. Let me first of all welcome our special guests. Some of you are former CARIMAC students yourself. Some are visitors and have contributed to CARIMAC in a whole range of ways. So let me welcome you. Let me welcome our members of the academic staff and the technical and administrative staff here at CARIMAC. And of course, let me welcome our students who are all here and from whom I need to hear from. Students from CARIMAC, let me hear you welcome our special guests with a big round of applause. Okay. It is always a pleasure at this time of year to come and to engage with and share with the students in the concluding stages of their engagement here at CARIMAC, including their special productions. This evening's event is one of many events that form part of CARIMAC Week and that provide us with an opportunity in whatever discipline the student might have studied to showcase your work. And that's very important because one of the underlying and constant messages that we offer here at CARIMAC is that whatever you do, we expect it to be of the highest standard within your capability, that we are about broadcast quality, that we are about preparing students who can add value to the industry and who can work anywhere in the world. So we are about our world-class quality in our output in terms of content and students. This year, CARIMAC has seen the largest core of students ever admitted to CARIMAC. That would be in the region of 215 students as entry-level students. Much more many more students than when you came 3 years ago. But it reflects and represents the continuing growth of CARIMAC, not only in terms of our Mona campus growth, but also in terms of our Western Jamaica campus growth. That has also doubled over the last 3 years. CARIMAC, at the moment, in student numbers, is a third of the total Faculty of Humanities and Education taken together. In Western Jamaica, CARIMAC is the only Faculty of Humanities and Education program available in the West as full programs. And we have 2 programs down in Western Jamaica, the DMP program and the IMC program. Beginning in the new academic year forthcoming, we will launch and establish in Western Jamaica the diploma program that was offered here on this campus, but which will now be offered in Montego Bay for the first time. The offering of the diploma program in Montego Bay is a precursor to the offering of a journalism program in Montego Bay, and thereby will open up 3 possible programs in Montego Bay, in addition to the programs that we have here. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So the students who are presenting today and who will look to graduate in a matter of months represent part of a growing institution, represents part of a growing institution. And we will have an opportunity to say it even more officially in the not too distant future, but I can tell you, folks gathered here this evening, that as a result of our growth, as a result of the work of students such as the ones that will be presenting today and others, the University of the West Indies has seen fit, after a careful period of consideration and review, to now agree and approve the transition of the name CARIMAC, not just to mean the Caribbean Institute of Media and Communication, but from the beginning of the next academic year will be known as the Caribbean School of Media and Communication. Now, that one, I think, is worth agreeing. So I know that we will miss our students who are presenting and who would have attended the institute and perhaps not the school. But I know that we are looking for your participation as alumni, as your predecessors have done in helping to make sure that this institution continues to grow and develop. But let me just say one word about the values that are inherent in the program that you will be seeing through CSN 7 this evening. One of the values we try to inculcate and build here at CARIMAC is the whole notion of bringing together people who are studying in different disciplines in CARIMAC, whether it is in IMC, it is in DMP, it is in journalism, it is in film, it is in animation. All of these areas must find a way to work together. We are not building here at CARIMAC silos where people just work in the spaces that they are designated. There must be cross-fertilization. And the production that you will see today, as you did see last year, those of you who were here, you are beginning to see the flowering of that policy of joining our production disciplines together in trying to represent our general output. So those who are visiting, let me ask you to make yourselves comfortable, feel welcome. And to the students, I'm saying, I see professionals in training. I see colleagues who will shortly be out there in the world, and it's the first time I've called you colleagues, but I see colleagues that will be out there in the world in no time, and I very much look forward to the role that you will be playing and the ways in which you will be representing CARIMAC and yourselves going forward. Thank you all very much, and continue to enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Professor Dunn. We're absolutely grateful for your contribution. And of course, we're proud of CARIMAC's growth. Guests, this evening is in many ways a reflection of the degree of expertise and quality teaching that this institution has exposed us to. Isn't that right, Catherine?
Lid, you are so right. This evening would not have been possible without CARIMAC or without the incredible support of our sponsors. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, the Jamaica Money Market Brokers, JMMB, and CAVPRO have been instrumental in the success of this evening. Can we have a round of applause for our sponsors, please?
Now we will hear from two students from the respective CARIMAC majors responsible for the production and execution of CSN 7 this year. Brittany Brown, a third-year journalism student, will speak first on behalf of her group. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Brittany.
Cried, we did that. Complained, most times. Worried, almost every day. Worked tirelessly? Yes, even on weekends. Did we ever give up? No. Director of the Caribbean Institute of Media and Communications, CARIMAC, Professor Dunn, specially invited guests, lecturers, students, good evening. This evening, you're here to see the efforts of the final year journalism students who, even when we felt like the work was too overbearing or we struggled to meet deadlines, we pushed to the end and endured. I'm humbled tonight to speak on behalf of the final year journalism students who each have succeeded tonight because they made this event possible. For each of us, our experience may have been different, but the goal to set a high standard, make our mark, and complete our project was all the same. Ms. Rowe, we owe you everything. Throughout this process, you were patient, helpful, motivating, and always hopeful even when we thought we'd be disappointing you. The showcase of the best of CSN 7 is a great representation of what effective teamwork can result in. From being a director, to a floor manager, to a producer, we each had a task to fulfill to ensure our stories came to life. We're not perfect, but CSN 7 has helped us realize our strengths and weaknesses in order to continuously improve on our skills and eventually become a beacon of success in the journalism fraternity. I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to the IMC cohort for adding a life to the production through marketing and allowing for a well-planned event. Thank you also to Dr. Livingston White, who led the IMC students well and also guided them throughout this process. Dr. White and Ms. Rowe had a vision for this event, and we worked assiduously to make you proud. We're also grateful for the opportunity CARIMAC has given to us to develop our technical and communication skills. Overall, we've had great lecturers through our tenure here at CARIMAC who have molded us to be prepared for the world of work. We will leave treasuring every moment and proud of the mark that we have made at CARIMAC. We will now go out into the world of work, bringing a breath of change and improving on the foundation laid to ensuring our society continues to be well informed. Tonight, we feel proud, knowing that through all the difficulties, we attained the highest. CSN 7 was a great experience that has ended our chapter at CARIMAC on a good note. Henry Ford once said, "Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is process. Working together is success." The journalism students not only made progress, but we worked together to be successful. I hope that the best of CSN 7 will help portray just how hard we worked. Please enjoy the presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. Don't worry, it's over now. You can breathe. Before we move on to our second student representative, we really must pause to acknowledge the tremendous support from our Western Jamaica campus students. From all the way in Montego Bay, they have been instrumental in assisting us in the creation of many of the graphics that you will see during the broadcast.
Yes, Catherine, and unfortunately, some could not attend this evening. However, we are CARIMAC, so we're keeping them up to date. We also have the talented Tori Haber from Tori Haber Photography covering the event. And on social media this evening, the event is being streamed live via Facebook, MITS, Periscope, and Instagram, and we're also live tweeting on Twitter.
So you can join the conversation and follow us on Facebook at CARIMAC Young, on Instagram and Twitter at CSN7_CARIMAC, and use the hashtag CSN7 and the best of CSN7. Now, please welcome Monique Layton to speak on behalf of the IMC students.
Professor Dunn, Director of the Caribbean Institute of Media and Communication, specially invited guests, lecturers. In September 2016, thank you. In September 2016, a group of 19 final year students pursuing the BA Integrated Marketing Communication was tasked with the production of an event which was later dubbed the Best of CSN 7. This production would fulfill the requirements for the course Communication Analysis and Planning, which was directed, coordinated, and lectured by Dr. Livingstone White. This student-led project was by no means an easy task. However, valuable lessons were learned throughout the process. My team and I learned to work effectively in groups through the establishment of departments such as administration, finance, communications, and logistics to complete the deliverables for the project. As you can imagine, there were a lot of expenses involved in managing and executing a project such as this. We acquired valuable lessons in budgeting and procurement as a team conducted various fundraising activities to acquire materials needed by the journalism television students, such as blazers and stools, to name a few. We learned crisis management while taking into consideration throughout the execution process Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. Thankfully, very few things went wrong. An integral part of the planning process for me was the photography shoots conducted to aid in the promotional aspect of the event. I appreciated the underground work required for some of the deliverables. The weeks leading up to this event have certainly broadened our discipline and character, both personally and professionally, which is invaluable to our future endeavors. On behalf of the CSN 7 production team, thank you to all attendees, the journalism television students for their support and partnership during the project and today's event. And to all attendees, thank you for coming. Do have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Monique, and well said. As we've said before, we are very grateful that so many of you found the time and made the sacrifice to support us tonight. So what better way to show our thanks than with a little entertainment?
Our first entertainer this evening is Miss Dana Campbell. She's a second-year University of the West Indies student pursuing a double major in psychology and entertainment and cultural enterprise management. She began singing at the age of 6 and aspires to impact the world through music.
But guess what, guests? Here's a little twist. After, she will be accompanied by an all-male a cappella vocal ensemble founded in 2015. Their goal is to journey with their audience on an inspiring, mellifluous, and euphoric path.
Please welcome Dana Campbell and Euphonious.
Good evening, everyone. First, can we just give a round of applause to the final year students, please? I'm impressed. And I truly have faith in what is coming. So this song, well, at a point in my life when I was struggling with depression, suicidal thoughts, and everything, I heard this song, somebody playing this song on the road. And that part that said, when the dark clouds arise, I will stay by your side. I just imagine God singing that song to me, and it stuck with me ever since. And I know that I'm never alone. And just like sometimes we have a smile, we wear a smile, and we're going through so much, but you're never alone. You're never alone. We've been together for a while now, growing stronger every day now. Feels so good and there is no doubt, yeah, I will stay with you. And as each morning brings the sunrise and the flowers bloom in springtime, on my love and you can rely, yeah, I will stay with you. And I will stay with you through the ups and the downs. I will stay with you when no one else is around. And when the dark clouds arise, I will stay by your side. I know we'll be alright. I will stay with you. Though relationships, they get old, they have this tendency to grow cold, but we have something like a miracle, yeah, and I will stay with you, and I will stay with you through the ups and the downs. Yes, I will stay with you when no one else is around. And when the dark clouds arise, I will stay by your side. And I know we'll be alright. I will stay with you. Yes, I will stay with you through the ups and the downs. Yes, I will stay with you when no one else is around. And when the dark clouds arise, I will stay by your side. I know we'll be alright. I will stay with you. Thank you.
Whoa, I. Oh, Lord. Whoa. Yes, yes.
Smile for me.
Oh, I met a girl this morning, and she was love at first sight. Oh, I met a girl this morning, and she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from, she tell me in the tropics. She asked me what's my name, I tell her I am Shaki. So baby girl, tell me what's your name, man. She tell me that your name is Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Whenever you cry, here am I. Yes, I'm here for you, Jamaica. Dry your eyes, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica, yeah. She have a rich history, a beautiful woman with the sweetest kiss. Beautiful sunrise and an evening kiss. Of a nice sunset on the evening seas, yeah. But she tell me, say she tired. Tired of the exploit and the liars. She give them reggae, give them beaches and the flowers and the friends, and all she got was abuse in return. But I say, don't you worry yourself, mama. Shaki is there to your help, mama. No, I said, no worry yourself, mommy. I want thing me, I beg you do for me. And I said, smile, girl, smile, whoa. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Whenever you cry, here am I. Yes, I'm here for you, Jamaica. Dry your eyes, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Yeah. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. And no matter how you feel, just speak a word and you will be healed. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. Sometimes you gotta encourage yourself. Times you have to speak victory during the test, and no matter how you feel, speak the word, you will be healed. In the Lord. Sometimes you have to speak a word over yourself. Depression is all around, but God is a present help where the enemy created walls. But remember, giants, they do fall. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. As I minister minister to you. Oh, I minister to myself. Life can hurt you so till you feel there's nothing left. No matter, speak a word over your life, you will be healed. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and tell yourself I can make it. You gotta remember that life and death lies in the power of your own tongue. Even if nobody tells you you can run on, you tell yourself. You gotta remember, I'm more than a conqueror. Yes, greater is he that's within me. I believe everything that the Lord said about me. Everything the enemy ever told me, it's a lie. Yes, yes, yes. I am. I am. Yeah, yeah. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. All of my help comes from the Lord. Yes, I am. I am encouraged. I am encouraged. Yes. I am. Oh, speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have another round of applause for those amazing pieces? Thank you, Dana, and thank you, Euphonious, for those wonderful renditions. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the moment we've all been waiting for. The main reason we are here this evening, should I say it, or should you say it?
No, you say it.
All right. The screening of the best of CSN 7 2017.
But just before we begin screening, we might scream, it might be that great that we're gonna scream, woo! But before we begin screening, we must once again recognize the efforts of our sponsors, JCDC, JMMB, and CAVPRO, for their invaluable contribution. And as you watch, remember we are also live streaming, so join the conversation using the hashtags CSN7 and the best of CSN7 on all social media.
We'll now invite some TV journalism students to share a few words, followed by their broadcast, which will run uninterrupted. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the best of CSN7.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of CSN 7. I'm Chester Jones, and these are my fellow journalism students. It was indeed a long and emotional journey, fused with hard work, early mornings, long nights, and most of all, weekends, yes, Saturdays and Sundays, like Brittany said. We cried, we were stressed, frustrated, and confused, but she reassured us. And when we were on the verge of giving up because we thought we weren't going to reach that end result, she says,
once you have the framework.
She was there with us from the beginning to the end, every single step of the way. Script writing, getting footage, getting interviews, recording links, and editing. And as soon as we had the framework, to make us not feel like idiots, she would say,
it's not bad, boss.
And that but was followed by her guidance to get it where it is today. I can still hear her ask,
Have you shared the Google Doc? Have you gotten all your footage? Do you have all your interviews? Do you have your B-roll?
and the most iconic statement of them all, the most important thing is that you have a program. I take this time out to honor the strength of a woman, a phenomenal, empowering, resilient, and inspiring woman, a visionary. Thanks for the late afternoon pizzas and late night KFC. And ultimately, your right-hand guide throughout the execution of CSN 7. We couldn't have done it without you. A cliche line, but there's simply no other way to put it. On behalf of Mr. Jones, Mr. Dixon, Miss Brown, Miss Byfield, Mr. Samuels, Miss Williams, Mr. Johnson, Miss Wright, Mr. Blake, Miss Absalom, Miss Graham, Miss Gordon, Miss Grant, Miss Layla, and Miss Green, thank you for a phenomenal year.
Welcome to this edition of CSN 7. I'm Evan Dixon.
And I'm Omar Samuels. Coming up, Drones on Their Own, GATFest 2017, and our feature, How to Help Jamaica's Film Industry. These and more right after the break.
Aerial drones are usually devices that fly by remote control. But a group of computer and engineering students at the University of the West Indies have made one that can fly by itself. The drone works by using coded instructions as well as GPS and internet data to navigate by itself. However, there are manual controls in case of emergencies. Project member Paula Williams says locally made technology like this can help the public and private sector.
If you're supposed to get stuff like that overseas, it's going to cost you a fortune. I think we have knowledge and experience here in Jamaica, so that's what we're trying to showcase. That although we're a third world country, we do have the knowledge, we have the experience, we have all these brilliant people here that can work on these things.
Williams says possible applications include package delivery, surveillance, and even helping with firefighting. The project group includes the Computing Society, the Alternative Energy Club, and the Electronics Club. The drone costs $600 to make.
The University of the West Indies Community Film Project, or UECFP, is preparing for their 5th annual GATFest Film Festival this summer. The organizers plan to showcase films from local and international filmmakers. They say over 1,600 submissions have come in so far this year, an increase from 125 last year. Organizers hope the event will help develop the local film industry and help Jamaica through film tourism. Screenings and film workshops for GATFest 2017 will run from June 18th to June 24th.
In the breakdown, how the land the UE was built on helped save lives during wartime.
It's World War II. Nazi Germany targets the British territory of Gibraltar to gain control of the Mediterranean. England evacuates 13,000 civilians to protect them. Most are sent to Morocco, Madeira, and England. Others are sent across the world to Kingston, Jamaica. They are sent to a 252-acre camp in Mona called the Gibraltar Camp. Later, they're joined by Jewish and Dutch refugees. They would live here until returning home near the end of the war in 1944. The land has since become the University of the West Indies, Mona, but memories of the Gibraltarians remain. The buildings that housed them, the place where they washed their clothes, and the memorials laid in their honor.
Jamaica has a history of local and international filmmaking dating back to 1916. Nowadays, the local industry is struggling. Omar, this is something you've been looking at.
That's right.
Let's take a look at your report.
Dr. No and Live or Let Die have been shot in Jamaica, but so have local movies like Dancehall Queen, Third World Cop, and The Harder They Come. The Harder They Come cinematographer Franklin Saint-Just credits the film's success to how it explored Jamaican culture.
It introduced the world to reggae music, and it introduced a number of ways that one can use music as commentary.
Local films have been made since then, but funding and location issues have stymied the business and costed projects. The government has promised filmmaking incentives would come soon, but JAPTA member Kyle Eitel says filmmakers can help by communicating with each other to pool talent, make business plans, and ensure responsible use of funds.
We need to ensure that when we get investor money, that we're reporting to investors properly. We're ensuring that our projects are well documented. We're sharing information with JAMPRO. We're paying taxes where taxes are due.
Film training is another factor. UE Mona has both the UE Community Film Project and the Film Degree Program at CARIMAC. Carl Hamilton is a student in CARIMAC's program.
You will be exposed to things from learning how to do a screenplay, learning how to be a photographer, learning how to compose, learning how to direct, from the very basics to the most complex of stuff.
But for Saint-Just, the best approach is to find a filmmaking style that reflects local culture.
We also have to find out who we really are as a people. And it is out of that that we will get a story idea. And it is out of that that somebody who knows how to make a film can take that good story idea and make a good film with it.
Coming up, Student Spotlight. Stay tuned.
In the Student Spotlight, meet a young woman who's doing her part to help Jamaica meet its need for life-saving blood. Emma Winter, a student of the American International School in Kingston and the founder and president of Drop of Life.
And it's really about spreading the message of the importance of giving blood and what each individual can do to make a difference. I gave blood for the first time, and after that I received my blood donor card, which actually said you're entitled to 1 unit of blood if you so need it. I showed my mom and she actually laughed at me because she said they never have blood. And I was just so confused as to how something so important and vital to sustaining life could just not be there. So I decided to do something about it, and I started Drop of Life. The first blood drive for Drop of Life was October 2015, and we actually raised 50 units of blood, so that was great.
As a young person, what would you say to other people your age to get them involved in helping their communities and helping their country?
I would say if you see a problem, there is always something you can do to help fix it, even if it's something small. Even if you think it's insignificant, it's more than likely not. So anything you can do to help, I'd say do it.
That's it for this edition of CSN 7. On behalf of our production and promotion team, thanks for watching. Follow us on CSN7_CARIMAC on Instagram and Twitter.
I believe I can be anything I want to be. I can succeed in this the right solutions for me, and all I need to know. It's easy as JM&B. For each and every goal, no place I'd rather start. JM&B helps me grow with my best interests at heart. Growth and security, the right solutions for me, and all I need to know. It's easy as JM&B.
For a financial plan you can afford to live with, schedule your free no-obligation goal conversation and discover how the JMMB difference can work for you. Call 998-JMMB or text the word PLAN to 822-JMMB.
It's easy as JMMB.
Your best interest at heart.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of CSN 7. I'm Evan Dixon.
And I'm Simona Absalom.
Coming up, getting checked, credit checks and why they matter, why it's always so hot, robot wars in UE, and the student spotlight. If you want to talk to us, follow us at CSN7_CARIMAC on Instagram and Twitter. Graduation from university is the culmination of years of hard work, late nights, and many assignments for most students. So, if you're a final year student with hopes of getting that degree this year, then you might want to check your credits. Courses carry credits that are needed to earn your degree. University of West Indies student and library studies major Kadeen Mendez had never done a credit check before she found out she still needed 15 more.
I was following my student handbook that told me what courses to do, and I was doing yearly checks with my department, telling them what course I was going to do, so I didn't think I needed a credit check.
At UE and other universities, calculating credits can be complex. The Faculty of Humanities and Education offers credit check consultations. Students can get an official check of how close they are to completing their degree. Mendez is completing the extra year she had to do because of the problem with her credits.
I would advise them to get it done immediately because this is your final year and you really don't want to ruin your chances for graduation.
Mendez is now a librarian at Jamaica College and hopes to earn her degree at the end of this academic year.
For students studying at the University Mona campus, Homecoming is a celebration of the university and its relevance to the region. Chancellor-Resident Adrian Gentles says it's a time of year when students can be the loudest and proudest of the halls they represent. The series of events include a parade, flag raising, and guest lectures. UE Guild President Michaela Gonzalez says Homecoming is a commemoration of the UWI's contribution to Caribbean development and the pioneers that started it. Members of the very first class of UWI students returned to their alma mater during previous homecoming celebrations. Gonzalez says if the tradition of homecoming has taught students one thing, it's that there is no place like home.
Global warming is a hot topic in science and politics. Experts say each year continues to break the record for the hottest year to date. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump says global warming is something made up by the Chinese. Well, whether you think it's scientific fact or political fiction, join us for the breakdown as Chester Jones tells us why scientists say it's getting so much hotter.
Global warming is an increase in the atmosphere's temperature due to greenhouse gases. Gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide trap heat in the atmosphere, making it hotter. The more of these gases in the atmosphere, the hotter the Earth becomes. And since the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, the atmosphere's carbon dioxide has increased by 40%. The G8, a group of 8 of the world's most industrialized countries, recognized global warming as a top priority in 2005. However, now President of the United States, Donald Trump, has dismissed the issue as a hoax. But scientists say unless we take care of the Earth, we won't have it to abuse much longer. Chester Jones, CSN 7.
And in our featured story, the UWI robotics team is getting ready to compete in an international robotics competition later this year. The 6-member team is in the final stage of preparation for the IEEE's Southeast Con. The team wants to do better than last year's 3rd place finish. Evan, you've been working on this story.
I have. It should be interesting.
Let's see the report.
Star Wars is the theme for the robotics competition in the U.S. state of North Carolina. The Institute of Electric and Electronic Engineers is the largest technical professional organization of its kind and oversees the competition every year. 42 universities from the southeast region of the U.S. are involved in the competition. That includes universities from Jamaica, the only non-U.S. state that's part of the region. The UE helps the team with funding for the competition, and the team's co-captain Nikini Wallen-Bryan says the support is welcomed, but they need more money to make better robots.
If I can give you one example, one of our major setbacks that we've had in the past couple of years was access to certain equipment like a 3D printer. For many years, it's been a major setback because most universities that compete in the competition have multiple 3D printers. So the fact that we didn't even have one and would have to be engineering solutions otherwise was already a setback in itself, in addition to the many numerous other setbacks that we'll have.
In 2016, a 3D printer was donated to the university. Brian says this has accelerated preparations for this year's competition. But funding is not the only thing the team has to find workarounds for.
Parts stopped working. We got over that. We went to the competition with the robot ready to perform. The robot got destroyed and we took it out of our luggage. We had to spend 5 days rebuilding the robot from scratch almost. And after all of that, we somehow managed to get some semblance of a robot functioning enough to give us a 3rd place qualifying spot, or final spot actually.
But despite all that, team member Paula Williams says the experience was a fantastic one and is excited about what the team can do for Jamaica's robotics.
Okay, as Jamaica being a 3rd world country, right, people don't believe that a country like Jamaica can participate in a robotics competition and compete against schools in the 1st world country like FIT, USF, University of Alabama, all those big schools where everybody goes to learn about robotics. We're just showing that Jamaicans do have the capability of doing it, they have the knowledge, experience. They're very knowledgeable people here. So it shows that we have what it takes to compete against those universities.
Brian says even though placing 3rd was a big deal, the team believes without similar bad luck from last year, they can take 1st place. Evan Dixon, CSN 7.
Coming up, the Student Spotlight. You're watching CSN 7. In this edition of the Student Spotlight, Press Association of Jamaica's Young Journalist of the Year 2016 and CARIMAC graduate, J.D.L. Carter.
Carter says the UWI made her bolder and prepared her for the working world. Education, she says, was important in the pursuit of her degree, but also important to her personal development. She says transitions have always been a little tricky for her, but having successfully moved from student to professional journalist, and an award-winning one at that, when asked how students might replicate her success, she chuckles and says, "Be tenacious and remain confident."
And that's it for this edition of CSN 7. We want to hear from you, the audience. So follow us at CSN7_CARIMAC on Instagram and Twitter. On behalf of the entire production team of CSN 7, I'm Simone Absalom.
And I'm Evan Dixon.
Saying take care.
For over 50 years, the JCDC has been the pioneer in events management and production services. The JCDC offers event management services, entertainment and artist management services, decor services, artistic and creative consultancy, and rental of the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center. To complement your occasion, the JCDC offers a wide array of Jamaican gift items, including CDs, DVDs, souvenir dolls, and accessories. Call the JCDC Business and Product Development Unit at 926-572629 or visit our website at jcdc.gov.jm. From concept to execution, JCDC is the solution.
Hello and welcome to this edition of CSN 7. I'm Chester Jones.
And I'm Brittany Brown. Coming up, tuition stress, finding your calling, and animating the future. All this and more after the break.
Norway, Finland, Sweden are at the top of many students' study abroad wish lists due to their free tuition policies. The University of the West Indies tuition ranges from approximately $300,000 to $1 million, and it's not an easy cost for some students to bear. But UE is getting tough on students who don't pay their tuition. President of the Guild of Students, Michaela Gonzalez, says the publishing of advisories and deadlines don't seem to work because many students just can't pay. The Guild of Students is trying to help students with its financial assistance program.
We give assistance for tuition, we give sometimes book grants, sometimes we give meals, sometimes we give transportation.
The Guild Financial Assistance Program opens at the beginning of every semester for undergraduate and postgraduate students.
In Afghanistan, a man cuts off his wife's ears. In India, a woman is a victim of an acid attack. In the Caribbean, news stories about women beaten and killed appear almost daily. UE students have turned their concern about the issue into action. In February 2017, the Guild of Students put on a self-defense session with the Jamaica Taekwondo Association. It's part of the Not Asking For It campaign started in 2016. The aim? Bring attention to the problem of sexual violence. The martial arts class is just one of a series of events to inform and help empower women. The Guild plans to take the self-defense sessions to UE campuses in Barbados and Trinidad. While at Mona, the sessions will continue on weekends.
Animation is a multi-million-dollar global industry. It's not just for kids, it's a big business. In Jamaica, the World Bank and the Jamaica Animation Nation Network, JAN, are looking to tap into this industry. This is something you have been looking at for a while now, Brittany. Let's take a look at Jamaica's animation industry.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain! Animation may seem like all fun and games with cartoons like SpongeBob and Jamaica's own Cabby Chronicles. But it's also serious business. The animation industry is now worth over $200 billion worldwide. That's a lot of money, and investing Jamaica's animation industry could pay off in terms of earnings and employment. Coretta Singer says there's more to animation than we think.
It's about bringing a whole bunch of different creative disciplines sort of under one umbrella, so to speak. You need illustrators, you need artists, you need graphic designers, you need singers, dancers, voiceover artists, musicians. All of these different people, can find some sort of an avenue for employment underneath animation.
Singer has had international success in animation. Her short film, Nina Sky, debuted on U.S. children's network, Nickelodeon, in 2009. Jan is supporting the industry with meetings, screenings, and skills development workshops. Jan believes the industry needs more skilled animators. Animation student Patrick Meikle is working towards that.
I'd like to be a major educator, help teach people how to be good animators, how to draw especially, and to also help with ensuring that there's employment available as an animator.
He's pursuing a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Animation at CARIMAC. UTech, Hart, and the Edna Manley College of the Visual and the Performing Arts also provide training. According to Singer, Jamaica needs multiple studios for people to develop their work. Training is getting attention, and animators hope that other things the industry needs, like equipment and funding, will get attention too. I am Brittany Brown, CSN 7. They call this the information age. Technology has helped increase the demand for some types of jobs. One example is that of call center representatives. Some may consider this position just a job rather than a career. But as we hear in this report from Leslie and Layla, this could be changing.
About half of the 1,300 employees at Sutherland's UWI Mona facility are students working to pay their way through college. Money isn't the only benefit. Some employers offer free training in communication, negotiation, sales, and problem solving. In the end, unemployment may motivate a change of attitude among graduates. Leslie and Layla, CSN 7.
Students pass it every day, or you might have seen it in pictures. What am I talking about? The mural at the Assembly Hall on the UWI Mona campus. More on the mural in Origins.
UWI Mona campus in Kingston, Jamaica. 653 acres. Art is everywhere. They call this one the Year of the Child, painted by Belgian artist Claude Reyer. His second work on the campus. His first, here at CARIMAC, was done in 1978. Impressed by his work, he was asked to do another in 1979 at the Assembly Hall to commemorate the United Nations Year of the Child. Over the years, the colors faded, and Reyer returned to restore it in 1998. Simone Absalom, CSN 7.
That's it for this edition of CSN 7. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CSN7_CARIMAC or email us at CSN7_CARIMAC@gmail.com. Do join us again next time for more. I'm Brittany Brown.
And I'm Chester Jones. Thanks for watching.
I believe I can be anything I want to be. I can succeed in this reality. With JMMD, security, the right solutions for me and all I need to know. It's easy as JMMD. For each and every goal, no place I'd rather start. JMMD helps me grow with my best interested heart. Growth and security, the right solutions for me and all I need to know. It's easy as JMMD.
For a financial plan you can afford to live with, schedule your free no-obligation goal conversation and discover how the JMMB difference can work for you. Call 998-JMMB or text the word PLAN to 822-JMMB.
It's easy as JMMB.
Your best interest at heart.
For over 50 years, the JCDC has been the pioneer in events management and production services. The JCDC offers event management services, entertainment and artist management services, decor services, artistic and creative consultancy, and rental of the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center. To complement your occasion, the JCDC offers a wide array of Jamaican gift items, including CDs, DVDs, souvenir dolls, and accessories. Call the JCDC Business and Product Development Unit at 926-572629 or visit our website at jcdc.gov.jm. From concept to execution, JCDC is the solution.
This is CSN 7. I'm Brittany Brown.
And I'm Omar Samuels. Coming up, UWI to go off the grid and tuition woes for students.
In the breakdown, technology you need on campus. These stories and more on CSN 7.
Welcome back. The Mona campus of the University of the West Indies, UWI, says come next year it will be off the grid of the Jamaica Public Service Company, or JPS. The university recently approved a contract to construct a cogeneration plant. The move will see the campus paying US 12 cents per kilowatt hour, down from 19 cents to JPS. UWI principal Archibald McDonald says with efficient management of the plant by the School of Engineering, the costs will eventually be reduced to 8 cents per kilowatt hour. This is the second major utility independent project being undertaken by the university. Last December, Mona campus ended its dependency on the National Water Commission by commissioning its own wells. Professor MacDonald says the real value of these projects is for the next generation.
Final year students at the University of the West Indies are being reminded that their school fees must be paid in full by April 14, 2017. In a December 2016 statement, the university said returning students with outstanding fees will not be allowed to access all facilities on campus until all debts are cleared. Omar Graham, assistant manager for bursary, billing and receivables, says the dropouts happened due to monies owed from the previous term and the 6% increase in this school year's tuition fees.
Now, technology is an important part of a student's life. In the breakdown, Najib Hall will share 5 pieces of technology you can't live without on campus.
It is essential for you to have a laptop so you can get your notes, to communicate with lecturers via or your VLE platform, to do online tests, and to have any assignments that you need to complete. The next thing would be to have a smartphone. WhatsApp and things like this allow students to communicate with each other, with lecturers. Another thing would be noise-canceling headphones, especially if you're a student that lives on campus. External hard drive or a flash drive. You would ideally need probably 1 terabyte, especially if you are a technical student. You have assignment that you need to go in at 5 o'clock, but your phone is dying, and that's the only means you have of handling it in. A portable charger would come in very handy.
Let's stay on the technology vibe. More than 20,000 Jamaicans use the popular video website YouTube daily. Dozens of these Jamaican YouTubers are making money from the website. A few of them started out right here at UWI-Mona, like Rashane Berry, popularly known as Dotty Berry, and Ramon Robinson. Simone Absalom has a report on how they make money from YouTube.
UWI past student Rashane Berry is one of Jamaica's highest earning bloggers. He jokingly shot his first video while on campus, vowing to be a celebrity. He says the comedic video got great reviews, so he did more.
You know, I did a video that when they have like Pampute and Spice, Fluffy Girl, Slim Girl, and they go around and ask people if they prefer like Fluffy or Slim.
The character Dotty Berry was born during singer Tyson Chin's participation on the American hit television show The Voice in 2014.
And the first video got like 30,000 views in less than 24 hours. Because of the content that I posted online, Cranwater reached out to me from day one, the same 2013, and many things to them on this scammer, someone never really answered them same time.
YouTube provided a platform for Berry to showcase his talent, and since then, he's represented several companies as brand ambassador. It seems laughing is the key to Jamaica's heart, because fellow YouTubers